We're back, baby. Second year running at Tattershall. Last year it was double trouble. This year it's triple threat.
She wouldn't let me go fast.
Your ski like does this kind of fountain effect, where it's like a tidal wave.
Like father, like son, like father. It might be going around like riding dirty. Classic Jetskis, baby.
You know what you gotta do? Subscribe.
Put the shades on, coupled with a classic Jetskis cap.
Notice going down the straight at speed, my head is like trying to...
You don't believe me that I went 70 on your ski?
I know you did.
You believe me then?
Yeah, you did. It was like last Friday in your dream when you were sleeping during the night.
I did go 70.
I got an injury yesterday, guys, so if you see this giant plaster on my leg, it's not by design.
Because Joe's not so crazy about like the salt water, there's no salt, so that's perfect.
So this one goes in here, like that, and that's a nice tight fit. Now, I've got an apprentice here today, his name's Jeffrey, and he's new to the trade. Now this one's going to be more of a handful for you, Jeffrey, okay? Doesn't help, you can feel reeds everywhere you go. You can feel them on your bum. That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! Mate, that's colder than the lake. Daddy, can I have my jet ski in here, please? Okay, gorgeous. I think that's it for your filming duties. You need to get in.
They'll be back. Mommy, Daddy, I want to go skiing. That guy didn't look happy, he was on the back, did he? He's like, I want to drive. You moved them to the toaster or something? These are good, right? Not just because, so for all the girl jet skiers.
If we'd have dropped that.
Very good with my hands. Actually, don't put that in. trying to do?
No, I mean.
Oh, keep it. Chuff with himself.
What he's doing is he's sliding.
Right. Does he have to let go of the throttle then?
That's a good place to stop. That was so good. So good. You all saw it, right?
Power slide.
I've wanted to do it for ages, and with the free up platform off and now being a 2-up, it's basically doable every time you turn it. It's so cool. I mean, look how calm this is. It's the perfect conditions to just get it to skim. I think I could keep it going longer though. If you had more speed, you could just keep skimming for as long as you want. But that just comes with confidence, you know. The more you do them, the more you can slide. And if you get it wrong, then you notice it digs in, and then it obviously just wants to flip. So they're the ones you need to catch. What a day. That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
It's good for your health, that is.
Yeah, it's good. There you go. That feel better? Tomorrow you're gonna get very, very drenched. Oh, that's the worst bit. Getting your boots. Daddy, can I have my jet ski in here, please? Morning, morning. Another day of riding, everyone. Father's out already, cleaning the skis. I got an injury yesterday, guys, so if you see this giant plaster on my leg, it's not by design. I had the Insta360 pole basically cut all down my leg. Put the shades on. Retro shades, everyone, coupled with a classic Jetskis cap coming very soon. I hurt my leg, so I have a bit of an injury carrying today. So Dad, you might have even more of an advantage. Dad's cleaning all the bird poo off of the skis.
I'm just a deckhand.
That's not true. But guys, what's up? Back at Tattershall for a second year running. This time triple threat, RXT, Spark, 2-up Spark, and an XP. And let's look at the lake, sun's shining. We're gonna have so much fun. And hopefully I can see if the Spark is similar to the XP this week. That's one thing I've been excited about. Obviously it's never going to be an XP, but it's always been that point of contention because it's been a 3-up versus a 2-up. Now it's a 2-up. There really is no way that anyone in the comments can say, Joe, it's not fair. So we're going to find that out, and obviously we're going to get Megs on riding. Hopefully we're going to get my mum on riding this week. That might take a bit of convincing. I love how he's repping as well. The t-shirt looks very good. Do you want pink? Is that what you were saying yesterday?
I want California green to match my ski.
He wants California green. I think it's actually forest green. Put in the comments, anyone that knows their RXTs, what color is it? And also as well, I always call the Spark the lava red, which I think is lava red, but I'm not 100% sure. But we've got to wait until, is it 9 before you can start blitzing along?
Yeah.
I was actually out last night at 7:05, and one of the locals went, up. And I was like, oh.
What we will do one day, we'll put all the bits that have been cut out in, and you can actually see what is involved in making this.
No bits get cut out, do they?
Bits.
He's very good. We've now convinced him to do some of the more theatrical scenes. So anything you saw in the intro, Dad was fully on board. He was like, what about this? What about this? And obviously putting your makeup on took a while, didn't it? Let me give the mic to you a minute, Corgie.
Probably with his high hopes of me going on. I'm a little bit nervous about going on with that ski, but now the Sparks are 2-up, I'm hoping that that's kind of maybe more of a transition to an older one. I have actually ridden the 95 a couple of times, but to go on a course is completely different. But I have been on choppy waves, right? And that's really difficult. So this is like, obviously, as you guys can see, it's so calm. That's why I love lake riding. I prefer lake riding to sea riding. Number one, because Joe's not so crazy about like the salt water. There's no salt, so that's perfect. It's not like, we've got to go home and watch it instantly, which is great. I'm gonna have a go at the 95, I think, doing the course, just to see if I can do it. I did do it at Port Talbot, didn't I, the 95, but the footage that Joe got.
Your confidence definitely going up.
Yeah, my confidence is getting up with the Spark, and obviously I've rode your dad's as well, because that's just like sitting on a sofa bed, isn't it? It's just like, you're just like floating along. We'll see how it goes. I think the reason why I prefer the Spark to the 95 is the Spark I can really hug my legs around and really control the corners. The 95 is a very flat seat and it feels really wide. So I'm not sure how I will get round with the corners. Also as well, like going around jet skiing, you get thigh burn, don't you? Like Joe and Jeff have both wake up all days and said, God, I'm sore. So it's physical endurance, guys. Well, so I have gone 70.
Yes.
You don't believe me that I went 70 on your ski?
I know you did.
You believe me then?
Yeah, you did. It was like last Friday in your dream when you were sleeping during the night.
I did go 70. I've been 70, but I won't do it again because it's stupid. I don't think you should go speeds on that on the water. I think it's ridiculous.
So fast.
Literally.
She's very good.
I'm a passenger, not a driver.
Very good.
Should we get some breakfast?
Yes, darling.
Yes.
Wow, you look beautiful.
Is it?
Like, look at this, like an angel. You look stunning.
Thank you. So do you in your hat, your classic Jetskis hat, even though should I wear the hat?
Let's try it on.
Let's try it on. Joe says hats don't suit me. Is it? Is it good? That is not straight.
It's straight.
Your camera's not straight then.
Classic Jetskis, guys.
Yeah, buddy.
You want to support the channel, rep the brand.
Yeah,
See
always.
you at the ramp. That's what Americans say, at the ramp.
See you at the ramp,
See you
guys.
at the ramp, then I'm gonna know that you support the channel, right?
Yeah, that's actually really nice if you start seeing people out wearing your merch. Like, we're all going to be like,
Put it
hey.
round like a snap, put it round the other way so we can see how, oh yes. I like wearing caps like that. Turn around.
No, I'm not turning around. I don't like caps on me like that.
So we're going to be trying lots of different angles today. We've got the GoPro on my dad's helmet, perfect position mount, and that'll hopefully be where he's chasing me. And then down here, we've obviously got the Insta360. We've been playing around a lot with this. Oh dear. We need to tighten that a little bit. It might be going around like riding dirty. I need to tighten it somehow. This could be a disaster or it could be absolute bliss. Something about this just feels wrong. I'm sure all the keyboard warriors right now in the comments are thinking, what is this absolute idiot doing with his Insta360? And if you are, I apologise. I'm brand new to this, guys. There is no chance I'm going to trust that. That feels ridiculous. Maybe if we put it down a bit so that there's more rigidity in it. Yeah, that's just too dangerous, guys. That's an epic fail right there. We're not going to use that mount. And the best position so far that I find that I like is here because it captures all of the expressions and everything. I love when you see someone riding and you see all of the craziness in their face. So that can obviously face me when I want it and also face forward when I'm chasing dad. Water spots don't seem to be quite as much of an issue because you've got the whole spherical lens. So even if you've got a dot over here, it doesn't kind of ruin the image because you can move to an area over sort of on the left or the right and whatnot. Whereas with a GoPro, if you've got a dot in the middle, that's it, game over. But the setup here is insane, right? Because you have the docks. A lot of people asked me last year about Tattershall, were you concerned about the docks marking the hull? It was one of my reservations, but in all honesty, it really doesn't mark the actual hull of the ski. Now, if you're riding up ridiculously fast, you probably are going to create marks. But if you come up nice and slow and just come on carefully, you're not going to create any marks.
Interesting as well, because I'm not used to
wearing a GoPro.
Yeah, I could notice going down the straight at speed, my head is like trying to do this.
Yeah, you got to think, you got all of the weight of this.
Yeah, and you can feel it, and then I'm trying to correct it, and it's like, so it will probably look like noddy.
Yeah, but the good thing about that is the stabilisation is really good. It's just the water spots. That's the only issue with those. Yeah. But tracking you with that, the nice thing is when you come like up beside me, because it's 360, I can go from looking forward to then turn to see you. Yeah. So there's a couple of bits where you were really close. Yeah. But don't you think the first time when you go out in the morning, it takes a while for you to get that like feeling back of confidence? Yeah. Like what you were doing at the end of the day yesterday is just it's completely different to what you then do the next day. Like you have to get your bearings back, and you know, because we've been riding quite hard, my knees, I know that's the first thing I notice when you're like...
I think also, if you make one mistake on one buoy, I've noticed today, it puts you out for the next two. Yeah. It's very difficult to correct after just the one to get back in.
And then you're over-correcting, over-putting in. Like with the Spark, it's just, I find with the Spark, the best way to attack that is to go offline. But then the risk of going offline is what then can sometimes happen is if the wash pushes you out. It's far safer to sit on top of the wash, like sit on top of it where his jet stream is, and just stay within 2 meters. But staying within 2 meters means that you're just gonna take all of that barrage of spray.
With mine, I'm learning as the week goes on, less is more.
Yeah.
So the more power I'm trying to put into it, the worse.
I completely agree. Like with yours, when you go to say, for example, you know, you come around this bottom corner, when you shoot down that way, a couple of times I blip yours so much, and I'm at the yellow buoy, and I've got way too much speed. Yeah. So then what's happened is you've got way too much oversteer going into the corner, and the only way you'd correct that is basically ripping your shoulders out of socket. Because one thing we've learned this week is your ski will do far more than what you're probably capable of holding on to. So when you go to that bottom corner and you can do 70 all the way down there, to turn that into the corner, I bet that ski would turn in at like 40, 50 miles an hour if you had the actual pure strength to just hold on to it, because it would dig in and just do it. But the lower position on your bars is definitely better.
Yeah. I'm finding it also on the top corner. Obviously, when you go around that top corner, it might go a little bit wide, but it just wants to dig in the ski, and it's almost like you're feeling your arms coming out the sockets.
You definitely, if you were racing these, you would have to do a ton of shoulder mobility work, because the hyperextension, I would imagine, that would occur. But with the Spark, for me, what the Spark does well, right, is it's more agile. So where you're overcorrecting at times, I can just nip up the inside. If the Spark had an extra 10 miles an hour, although I say an extra 10 miles an hour, it's not really that though, is it? Because yours has still got more pull. It would need more acceleration, so maybe what people talk about doing the impeller and all of the mods would give you that more punch out of the hole. But I get quite a lot, not cavitation, ventilation, whereby I'll sit in your wash and it will wobble, 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 and it doesn't have the drive to just go.
But what I do see is obviously when you see on YouTube with the big RXTs when they're doing racing, it's a lot more long straights, ran a buoy, another long straight. Yeah. It's not such a
well, do you know what? So I've got a good
course.
follower and friend, Joe. If you're watching this is specifically for you. He spoke about in the 90s, things like XPs and even Spark. Yeah. Everything was closed course, so it was small. So the reason why like X4s were kings. If you had a modded X4 there that could do 65 miles an hour, I think you would struggle with that. But if you put that in the open water sea, I'd have no chance, because you'd just be gone. Because as soon as you get to a straight and you're opening up, there's just no way it doesn't matter how good a rider you are. If someone gaps you by like 400 meters, you're just not going to recover that.
Totally agree.
It would be really, really interesting to see them do like a tight course event and put like a really good, like old school, like Chris the Fish or McCluggage on an old ski, and then say, right, best in class, new gen, and see what would happen on a closed course. Because I don't think you could beat, if a modded Spark was out there or a modded X4, I don't think, even with all that power, you could beat it.
No.
And obviously then rider just comes into it. I'm not by any means saying we're the best riders, but
no, totally not.
Like the talented guys, they would just kill it. Guys, I love it here. Lodge, lake access, pontoons. Does it get any better? This year though, we brought quite a bit more new equipment to sort of play around with. So today's plan, GoPro, Insta360, and I'm going to trial using the media mod like I used at Port Talbot. Now the media mod allows you to essentially clip in an external mic, and obviously that's a game changer because the native audio in a GoPro is pretty poor. But that would be pretty cool because basically what I want is the Spark blitzing up behind and then the Insta360 to pick up the stuff which is going on around. And then that then essentially allows the Insta360 to screw on the top like so, get it nice and straight, take that off, and that will then give you, and I've actually done a little test with this, that view back of the Sparks. When I'm chasing my dad and stuff, you'll really see it. We use drone footage and that's good, but for me and Meg's on the go, we've not got our own drone yet, so we've got a fantastic drone pilot and he's great, but obviously it's not practical to always have a drone pilot around, so we're trying to use some different things. Hopefully this looks cool. Oh, that feeling, it's just, it never gets old. I don't know why I want to sing, how do you like your eggs in the morning? I like mine with a spark. Oh, it's glass today. Perfect conditions to power slide. I guess the other good thing as well about having the GoPro facing me is less water spots, right? I'm on the Hero 8, put in the comments if any of you guys have got the 10, 11, 12, I know it's gone obscenely high now. Is it better? Is the hydrophobic properties better on the lens? You guys can see the Insta360 pole, and if it's going crazy, I just don't know. So later this week, we're going to get the 1995 XP out of the van and get some Insta360 footage. Well, it's pretty perfect, mate, but it's missing one thing, the XP. Wow. Let's do some donuts, even though I'm terrified to do that with all this camera equipment on here. How wobbly does the pole look? Does it look alright? Watch when I do a few donuts, if that looks like it's going to snap off. Dizzy. Good? now have our position set up. So if I put it this way, you guys will be able to see, we have Dad's ski on the pontoon, so we'll get him out, go round. I'm gonna get rid of the front-facing mic. But yeah, guys, if you're interested in coming to Tattershall, it's ran by 158. They've got an amazing setup with the lake. They've got basically, well, hundreds of lodges. I don't know if every single lodge has the pontoons which you can put your skis on, but essentially you pay your week fee and you can come here and you can blitz round and have fun from morning to night. I think it's 9 to 5. Members, it's 9 to 7. But 9 to 5 is as much skiing as you're ever going to want to do, guys, right? And when it's weeks like this, it really does make you feel so happy to be a jet skier. You know, we don't have it a lot here in the UK. So we've got 3 skis. We've got obviously the Spark, we've got the 1995 XP, and we got my dad's. And we're just going to try and get a ton of footage. I'm confident now I've got these shots set up. Guys, put in the comments if you're the same, in the sense that you want to show obviously your experiences in rides. It's really hard to get the perfect angles and stuff, and thus far I've never been 100% satisfied, so hopefully this is a game changer. I was going along and I was thinking, is this pole just going like woo, 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 woo? That didn't fail. What failed? Heart just sank. That and the stick looked like they were gone, and what had happened is the cable ties had saved the pole. Basically the pole had actually jumped out of its hot shoe mount at the bottom, and I was terrified, but it's still there. I just need to see when the footage actually gave in. So the invisible stick will work. The issue's going to be the flex in the pole. So I need to find, if we were to buy an Insta360, I need to find a pole which is not going to warp.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because
yeah.
At the moment, that one is just flexing so much, it's putting so much strain on the mount at the bottom. But yes, learning lessons. That's the one good thing about GoPro, I guess, because they're so small, they're not so tall. We have actually tested the Insta360 on like a similar fixed mount, and because it's so tall, it just seems to catch the wind more. So that's one negative of the Insta. But the positive is the footage just looks insane. But you were flying, you're quick.
Yeah, the positive thing is, well, you're on a lake, so you can come back to the pontoon, you can sort the problem out, and we go and have more fun.
I think what I would do if we are to buy an Insta360 as well is get like a floaty case for it, so if it does go,
yeah, definitely.
You've got a best case that you might be able to find it. So no, that one's still there, which is good. Thank God. Can you imagine if in one session you lost 2 cameras? That would just be game over. The velocity's taking it where it should go. I think the only time it's going to occur is when I'm whipping from one direction to the other. But what I might do with the Insta360 is I might only use it when I'm racing around with my dad, because I think donuts and stuff. By the way, I've never really done those style of donuts. I always thought they'd be boring to actually just go round in a circle. It's actually really fun. Let's do one fast lap, hey? Let's put it in sport mode. Is there any other mode to be in? Well, it's a warm up there is, but let's do one fast lap. maybe 2. I can't ride and talk, it's quite hard. Okay guys, not with this camera on. Oh, fighter plate. Oh, Daddy! What was it I said last year? Daddy, I want a pony and I want it now! But he actually bought a ski, so that's even better.
Daddy,
Well, fighter jet. Honestly, this is just goals for me. To be able to have my dad here riding. I don't think it gets any better than this. Getting some leaves off his ski. You look real cool. Hey, that ski looks phenomenal. It's a shame about the bird shit on your seat. You can then see my dad. Otherwise, if you had a camera like that, that's all you'd see. And I always love seeing the jet. That's so cool. Such a nice day, guys. So sunny. You honestly, when you're following, right, you can't get close, not unless you've got a helmet and goggles on. It it's like bullets. It just take your eyes out. So with a helmet and goggles on, you can just take that, you know, gale force wind. And I was on here yesterday, getting the practice laps in, and I would get within 1 metre, 2 metres. Yeah, I couldn't couldn't get past you. It was still like way too much. Like, it helped stop the water going in the eyes, but every time I got close, you're still invisible.
There was one moment I looked, I thought, Jesus, you're coming back on my back seat. I thought you were coming on.
I know.
And I thought, that's close.
Yeah, but you have to commit. But I just thought, how much commitment do I want?
No, I just thought, oh, I'll open the throttle a bit more.
I know, and then you were gone. There was one point, it's just hilarious, right? It's absolutely comical. I got within like 2 meters of him. I thought, yes, I've got him. He accelerated. I'm not even kidding. The power of his pump, I was accelerating full speed with the Spark, and it just went backwards. It just pushed me away. It was so powerful.
I saw at one point, I saw why you wore goggles and a hat. Because your dad went in front of you, you got drowned.
It helps a lot, but you are basically blind, and obviously you can power through it. I guess if you were in the racing scenario, you would just go for it.
I think one of the other things is apparent to me the day I've seen it. I know you're into classics, you're into new stuff as well, you ride it all, but you're an exceptionally good rider, mate. To be able to stay within 4 or 5 feet of me with that.
Yeah, what I would say is with the Spark, the one thing they've done well is they've cut out a lot of the times like an old 2-stroke would let go. So in a corner, when you get bogged down, the Spark has an ability to just cut through it a little bit more consistently, and it's a more effortless ski to ride fast for longer. I don't think I'd be able to stay on the back of a 95.
I think Spark with a slightly, like you've always protested, a slightly bigger engine.
Oh, it'd be a rocket.
Oh my God.
If they give us a 60-mile-an-hour Spark,
yeah.
I mean, even then, though, I don't think it eliminates the issue, right? Like I said, if you're in a racing scenario, you would go for it because you would think, well, if I knock it, I knock it. But when you're in this scenario, that last 2 meters, you think, if I go, you're going to hit.
I think one of the good things with the Spark, though, from what I'm riding there on the GSS-X last year, is this like a motorbike saddle, your Spark?
Yeah,
so
it is.
When you're racing around, of course, you can tighten your legs tight to the saddle, really feel it.
I do like that, I must admit.
Yeah, very good.
And his force of his ski, that 1630, would literally push the Spark back. The power of that engine is just ridiculous. But I think I can overtake him with a bit of practice. I just need to weather the storm of the fireman hose jetting me in the face. It's like a bukkake. Always do your warm-up laps, guys, especially on the bigger skis. How do you like your eggs in the morning? I like mine with a Trixx. Woo-hoo, baby! What a time to be alive! What a time to be alive! You can't get close to that ski. Oh, he's away! He's off, guys! He's off to the races! Whoa! God, the spray! That ski is so fast! Woo-hoo-hoo! He is so quick. Right, I'm gonna go get rid of this front-facing mic, and then we're gonna have a blast. I thought of a new little song. How do you like your eggs in the morning? I like mine with a Trixx. Is that good? Or is that just...
Work on it.
I'll get Megs to sing it, probably be a bit better. And then when you come into a pontoon, just be slow, guys. Some people, you see them come into these Versadocs and they're like, wow! It was incredible. I'm gonna take off this camera, because obviously this is the one that's not waterproof, and I'll go back round and try chase him now, because honestly the spray was just smashing me in the face.
Oh, thank you. Is this an early Christmas present?
Very nice. You know what you got to do? Subscribe.
And keep the classics alive.
Hence the van. You know what it's like? We have to bring clean water. So this time we've got probably as much fuel as we have clean water. You know what he's like? He can't do without one ski. He gets bored after a couple of hours, so he's got another one. Well, we leave that for later in the week, and we'll get
More fuel, top tip, use some plumber's tape, and then try not to fall in the water as you're trying to fuel your ski. It's a good thing about having a ski right next to it to rest your seat on. All that pressure. The Spark is super economical, right? Now the endurance starts. Hold the arm. I'm going to try out some VP racing jugs to show you guys. I'm going to show you my jugs. Get some proper fuel cans. These have done really well, but it's a little bit more tricky in the way that you sort of try to handle them. This to slide off as I'm mid-fuel. We're making good progress, guys. That's the one thing about skiing for a whole week, right? You either make the decision to get fuel while you're here and take time out of your day riding, or you bring fuel with you. So we just bring an obscene amount of fuel.
Welcome back to another episode. In today when we're going to be making a plumbing video about the Rhino tape. Now I recommend the 12mm. The reason being this 12mm put perfectly on the diameter, sorry not diameter, I meant width, scrap that bit. So I've put some on here before. Now I've got an apprentice here today, his name's Jeffrey, and he's new to the trade, like that, and that's a nice tight fit. So this is a good recommendation for refueling, so be careful. Have you got your specs on, Jeffrey? I'm going to go back over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to prep the next one. Now the reason why we use plumber's tape, Rhino, remember Rhino, is because Rhino tape is actually originated in Proper Job. Have you finished that tin yet, Jeffrey? No? Okay then. He's a bit slow, you see, he's just still learning. Dad, are you done yet, mate? Come on. Yeah. Oh, there's a tight fit. Push that into there like that. Would you like another tin, or are you done? Do you think yours can run on that? No. Now this one's going to be more of a handful for you, Jeffrey, okay?
What's wrong with this bloke? Come on. He's had too many fumes.
There's a little bit can this one, Jeff. Will you hold on tight? You're having fun?
We are. We're having fun. A little bit sunburnt.
I'm very sunburned.
We are very sunburnt. The lodge that we stayed at last time actually had like a longer deck, didn't it? So this one's a shorter deck, and it is in the sun all day.
Literally, I've got a twat tan.
Yeah, literally, his tan lines is literally all of his jacket. But it's been fun. Have you enjoyed it?
It's been very good, and we've been using the Insta360. I've got to say, that's been a steep learning curve. We nearly lost the pole.
I love how you say we.
Yeah,
Jay nearly lost the pole. Actually, to be fair, I was on the camera at the time and I was zoomed right in, and I saw him slow down, and then I was like, I cannot see it, and I thought it gone.
I kept looking round, right, which was distracting me trying to keep up with my dad. But the pole basically came out of the bottom actual shoe mount, which is crazy. I've never had that happen. And then the cable tie held it in place. It actually is quite good in the Insta360 app, because the pole kind of moves right down into the footwell.
The water, so it's like beautiful, isn't it?
But I'm really impressed with the Insta360, the fact that you can obviously change things. I know people have said post-production is going to be a real irritation, so that's something that I have to be mindful of.
Can do that.
Can't edit it straight into Premiere, but I get why they've got their own software and you can obviously drag it and stuff.
I think what's helpful as well is having the Insta and a GoPro, because we've got 2 angles now.
Although I did mount the Insta at the front of the ski in the same position where the GoPro would be, and I don't know whether that would probably bypass it. The only thing I didn't like is the body of the Insta360 is high, so it tends to catch the wind more, and you find it sort of tilting and moving, and then you have to tighten the mount so much that you literally have to use pliers to get them tight enough. So there's things to think about, but in terms of riding, wow, it's been amazing.
Yeah, amazing. And I feel like all for our American audience as well, because you have a lot of American audience, don't you?
I do.
It feels like we're in America right now, guys, because it's like lodge, beautiful weather. Like, it's what, 10:30 right now, and it's so warm. Like, we're in
it doesn't get cold.
It's not cold here. It's so lovely. So we're having a really good British summer this week.
I don't know where my dad is. He's hiding. Dad, where are you? Don't know if I'm going to get him in, but he needs to get in. He's been racing around all day. He's always hiding when the camera comes out.
But we're literally just about to have some tea, aren't we? And then you seriously need...
Here he comes. Come on.
Here he comes. Oh, and his t-shirt. Didn't you say as well, you and your dad both woke up this morning and said you were both sore?
Oh my God, I've got an injury as well. I won't be able to get it on camera.
We think we got it, but
I pushed the Insta360.
You have several injuries.
I pushed the Insta360 pole right down to the bottom, thinking it was out of the way, did a donut, fell over, and the bottom at the top of the metal bit scraped all my knee. Oh my God, it's so painful. Classic jet skis.
You see, I'm the only one with it still on this evening.
Well, I've worn mine out, see? It's dirty, it's wet, I've wore it all day. Can you do a spin so we can see? There will be a classic jet skis jumper, don't worry. Slower, slower.
Now he's a model.
There will actually be hoodies, guys, and they're really, really cool because they've got different colour strings here, which is really cool, and it will obviously be in this design. But I'm going to do some XP ones in pink and things. Will you wear a pink hoodie?
Yes.
Will we wear a pink hoodie?
No.
So we need to do some more
a nice California green one.
Yeah, we can have green. So these hoodies come in lots of different colours, so you'll see all of that on the website. But tomorrow, I really need to try and get by him. I've not got by him yet.
Going?
Not very well. I thought the Spark's more nimble, isn't it? He can't concede anything, see? What I will give...
How can I say the best thing? How can I say the best thing? It's a little bit like, I'm probably going to go away from here this year. It's probably like, if you've got the right rider, which he is, but he's just got to have the right machinery.
I know, I've not come to...
He's just not got enough power under his bum.
So when you say I've got to have the right machinery, that'd be political now, bearing in mind this classic jet ski.
I would be frightened if he was on his the GSX or his DI. I don't think I would he'd probably go by me, I think. Just a little bit more power, I think he'd get by. So he's very brave.
The one thing I've noticed, right, every time I've rode Dad's RXT so far, he's had the handlebars up high, and I've never felt quite at ease or in position. For whatever reason, he put them down today, and I was going around, and I really felt for the first time like it was digging into the corners, and I felt more connected with it. That, and I started to use the ergolock more, which is obviously for the knees, and I don't know, I could maybe get on board with a new RXP T3 hull 325 if I was to have a go. But that being said, I would then need to have XP's, GSX's, Spark, and an RXP, because the thing is for me is the Spark does a certain job, the XP does a certain job, and your ski does a certain job. There's nothing like doing 70 miles an hour.
No, there's not. I think there's a problem with the new skis, the new era, because for me, when I get off of it, I can clearly see just under a full tank. but then for some reason the next time I ride it after Joe's ridden it, and I've only got like 2 bars left.
It's faulty.
So I don't know, there's something faulty. Yeah.
Well, my Spark's fine, but the problem is you can only ride in sport mode, right? You jump on these skis and it's like you wait for that beep beep and it's straight away sports mode. But your ski just comes alive when you put it into sport mode. But it's been insane so far. But obviously we've still got the XP to come.
I think he's had a few injuries today.
I've had a lot of injuries, so all of my legs are absolutely battered, and also as well my heels where they've been smacking the insides, trying to keep up with him. When you're trying to literally stay on the tail of him, you just, everything, commitment, the lot. But there was one pass today.
You did nearly, yeah, but he did.
No, it was one pass and then he cut the corners, so that means...
No.
Yeah, he can't commit.
I did watch you actually, when you were trying to catch up to us.
He cuts corners.
You were cutting the corners, you were cutting the boys. I saw you.
Yeah, but that's a long story building up to that. It's just not quite right there, I think. But he said his nice retro glasses got had a chip today with a fly that hit it at 70 mile an hour.
Yeah, honestly, if you're doing 70, you need glasses. I've had a couple of flies go in my eye, and these are just golds. I want to do these in lots of different colours. Imagine these in classic jet skis. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Beautiful, yeah.
But no, these are really good. Full wraparound glasses, vintage, retro. But we're only halfway through and we're having a blast, which is literally, no pun intended, we're having a blast.
But I think what we have all realised, that ski when it's doing 70 mile an hour around a lake,
you need to wear a helmet.
You need to wear a helmet.
Let's just talk about helmets quickly. So we've always actually had motocross style helmets, and you kindly bought us both lightweight helmet, and they're just so light. So when you inevitably fall off and the water fills up all of the padding, all of these holes, basically this is really light. And the other thing I love about it as well is there's a real nice flat section there to put your GoPro mount on, and you can obviously pull the peak up and down, which means
tried a GoPro today, didn't he, on
yeah, you said it felt heavy, right?
Yeah, I felt like noddy.
I guess when you are doing 70, any additional weight does make you feel like moving out. Tea time.
Supper.
Cut.
Supper.
So guys, today we are launching the XP. We've saved the best to last, quite literally. And now we've had to put it on to the Spark trailer. Luckily, I'd moved the Spark rear rollers forward to suit the two up, and it just about goes on there. That being said, I've strapped this down literally just to go 400 meters to launch because I just don't want this falling off. But today we're gonna be giving this some. Should be a little bit cooler today and a little bit less sunburn, hopefully by the end of the day. But I just love this ski, guys. It's beautiful. Just every time I look at it, it's just gold. So what then, that makes you do 81?
That'll lift the speed restriction, yeah, and that on its own different to the.
Have you rode the GTR X300 yet with the Polytech 2 hole?
No, but I really want to because I don't want to put aftermarket sponsons on it because it'll rip an hole in it. You know what I mean?
But those Polytech 2 holes on the GTIs are playful, really playful. Just look at it. Does that get old?
he nearly hit. So he nearly hit me. I turned the ski away and he went. Hey, lightning reaction from me, wasn't it? Hey, you were close.
I did you though. Come on, mate. That's it. Straight up on. That's it. That's it. Come on. Oh. Mate, that was it. Just give it a bit more gas. Don't work with Jetski, mind. No, this is for the vlog. Come on, mate. You got this. I believe in you. You gotta steer straight, mate. Come on, mate. Yes! Yes! Well done! That was incredible, mate! That was incredible!
That was so good!
And you did the course!
You did amazing!
What do you think?
Yeah, God,
There's
it's
a lot to take in.
a lot to take in, but it's like a flashback to the old days.
What, the sound?
The sound, the feel of them, they're so
Tippy.
yeah, tippy but responsive. You know, you just lean an inch to the left, it moves. Feel like a cork on the top of
You were going quick, mate. You weren't messing around. The hardest thing for you is just getting on, isn't it? Once you're on and
you
you're
get
up on the plane, I feel
Yeah.
like your confidence was there then.
Yeah, I feel exhausted.
Do you?
Yeah. I feel
What, from
exhausted.
riding that or
Yeah.
riding the XP?
100%. But yeah, no, it's
Did you open it right up? Did you hit full
a little
speed?
bit. But that's for this afternoon. I'll chase Joe round on the Spark. I'll ride that and I'll chase Joe.
Can I just say as well, put in the comments, right, give him a thumbs up because he was riding SPs before I was even born, right? And to be able to get on that and ride it round like that with, you've never really been on like that specific XP, have you?
No, I could, when I had SPs back in the 90s, unfortunately, because of budgets and just never had the money, I always dreamed of having an XP. But greatly, I can share it now with my son to have one now, but...
Circle of life,
yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Mate, honestly, I'm so proud of you. To have got on, I thought you wouldn't bother. I thought you'd go around once and say, I've had enough, but to go around the course...
It must be terrifying to take that out somewhere like Exmouth or the Solent, where there's big waves. It would need a real good rider. And
I think I would, but I know what
Yeah.
you mean. If you fall
Yeah.
off, you'd be worried about getting back on.
So
which of those corners was hard? All of them.
none of them.
None of them.
None of them.
Oh,
I
that's
found
good.
Quite,
That's
I found
good.
quite easy. I quite out. I'll chuck it out
He's
there
just
now.
rinsing me.
I'll race Joe round this afternoon on it, and he'll be on his Spark, and we'll see if I can get round following him in the chop, or he can follow me. But obviously, because I'm heavier, and I thought it'd take a while to get up on the plane. But once it was up there, I felt quite comfortable. I didn't feel like I was never going to fall off.
Does it feel, obviously it's a long time ago and you haven't been on the SP yet, but does it feel different to an SP, or can you not remember?
Yeah, so nimble and light. It's like it's like riding an Airfix Corgi model round the lake. But yeah,
Show some
very
love in
good.
the comments.
Yeah.
That's awesome, mate. Awesome. You smashed that. Honestly, I'm so proud of you. To go round like that and not give in, that's incredible. That's what it's all about. I'm so proud of him, honestly. So proud of him. To get him on that X4 is like goals complete. And that is literally keeping the classics alive. It's completely what.
Classic on the classic.
And going from one end of the scale to the other, so he's literally just been blitzing around on his ST3, doing really well. To go to that, that's really hard, because you're going from stability, performance to right at the beginning of Sea-Doo's lifespan. But right there, that just shows both ends of the scale. I'm gassed. I'm absolutely pumped. That's so cool.
She wouldn't let me go fast. I could only go slow.
No, you weren't going slow. You were going pretty
Can I
quick.
go slow? She's not happy. She got her hair wet.
I did not get my hair wet. Jeffrey got my hair wet. He came over to us, we were splashing in the area, which, by the way, Joseph, me and you will have a talk later, because he went mental with me. I think I need a seasickness tablet. We were going crazy. Even Joe said at one point, we were doing a what's-it-called, a wheelie, and he went so high, he went, I've never been that high before. And I was on the back.
Two people
You can notice, though, that two up, we were spinning, but we've never done that kind of whip round before, which was fun.
Yeah, I was able to do like the ass whip round.
Yeah, but I feel a bit like, ugh, now.
Sorry?
But,
Is that? Oh, it's skiing talk. Sorry, I thought we were.
yeah, what's this?
Sorry,
what's this
sorry.
ass whip around?
Sorry, yes.
But no, but then, so Jeff came over, got us and splashed us, fine, fair enough. But then when he went past us, your ski like does this kind of fountain effect, where it's like a tidal wave. You went past us so quickly, we got drenched, didn't we? Literally like face pelted. So I'm going to take a minute now because I'm all dizzy.
And
Yeah,
and also
lunch.
she's bruised.
Yeah, look, I'm bruised. This is Jeff from the splashing.
So one of the kind neighbours, George, said I can have a go on a new Spark. Because we've got the Gen 1 Spark, this should settle some debates.
This
Is it
2024?
better? This is a brand new 2024 one up. So now with us converting it to a 2-up, this will actually be a good, benchmark to see what
God,
it's
so
like.
you may come away from this
I
and
better
want a
not break,
new.
I better not break it though, because it isn't mine.
So could Joe end up wanting a new Spark? Pray
Joe
for me.
loves XP most.
Pray
so
for me, viewers.
What is this Spark going to be sold?
guarantee you he's going to prefer this already, I can tell. Honestly, if I know my fiance at all, he's loving this. Nice, to be honest. Cool down. Going on a stand-up. Dad, Joe's having a go on that one that man couldn't do. See how long he lasts on it. Wow, he's still on it. Oh, he's off. Yeah. Oh god, he's trying to keep it. Can he keep it? Oh god, he's bobbing everywhere. Oh, he's back on. Go on, go on. Oh, he's lost his goggles. He's lost his glasses. They're from Jeff and Julie. They're his retro jet ski ones. I think he's still looking for them. Your glasses.